Hello, world. Hello, everybody. This is High Priestess Jamila. I wanted to come back and talk about something real quick. And I've been sitting here for hours taking my braids out, and I'm doing a crochet braid style this time. So, uh, yeah, I don't have to spend hours, braiding my hair or taking it down. Um, so that feels pretty good already. Um, I've got like some goddess locks that I'm putting in my hair, and I think y'all really gonna like it, especially the color. So I'm up, and then also I gotta wait for my groceries to get here. So I don't want them sitting out on the porch getting warm or getting stolen by animals. So I gotta stay up for a little while longer, and then I'm only gonna get like maybe 3 or 4 hours of sleep, but that's okay because um, I'll be right back on track for Monday because whenever I do or I pull any kind of all nighter, what I'll do is when I go to sleep, I'll do like a 3 or 4 hour sleep. And then that way that night, I'll go to bed about 10 or 11. Okay. So I'm up. But I wanted to come and talk real quick about why I will never move back to my hometown and just some other stuff. I want to start this out by saying that there seems to be quite a few people that are still struggling with the fact that I am a grown woman who is a human being who has basic civil and human rights. I am nobody's slave. Nobody's ever owned me. Nobody has ever controlled me. And it doesn't disturb me because I have a deep level of understanding, especially when it comes to all of the debacle of this man that I was dealing with, which I don't have an issue with him. I think that early on he was trained and programmed. I don't see how a grown man can be trained to do the wrong thing to people, but he was trained and programmed based upon someone else's lies to get him to manipulate him, and so now he seems to feel as though um, he doesn't have to show me specifically any respect, but he'll find out the hard way that it ain't like that. So if you guys are new to the channel, I want to start this off by giving you guys a brief history. Um, when I first relocated out of my hometown, my mother, who is now deceased, kind of stalked me. And she made contact with a few of these strangers online. And I'm not going to get into some of the stuff that she was doing and saying, but I think that she wanted so badly to control me. And, it turned into just weirdness. It really did. It turned into a bunch of weirdness for these people because I guess they felt like, wow, I wasn't able to control this person. I wasn't able to control my own life. But ooh, I have Jamila's mother's permission to try to control her, which is very strange. I wouldn't have gotten involved. And I'm just going to make that long story very short. That's how I ended up basically, having a bunch of weird stuff happen to me online. And, really, I'm not going to get into that. What I want to get into right now is why I left my hometown in the first place and why I will never go back. Probably not even to visit. Someone came in here, and I know exactly who it was because I threw my cards, so I know who you were that came in here. You know, when it comes to my daughters, they're grown. They don't need their mommy. They made the decision to go back to my hometown. They are welcome to get flown down here whenever they want to visit or either to live. So, I think that there's some people that feel as though if they can force me or shame me or use this man, which is kind of funny to me, because he kind of floats back and forth, constantly shifting up and down. Nobody should ever make decisions on their lives based upon people online and their antics online. Okay, always stick to your guns. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think that the way they see it is like, if we can do that to her, then we've won, or you know they would feel like I failed or something. Which it's sad the way people look at things, because this is a part of my journey. This is a part of my children's journey as well, which has nothing to do with any outsider. And my spirit guides, as well as God, fully supports me wholeheartedly on my journey, fully. So it's nothing that can be done about that. No matter what you do, it's not going to happen. Okay. But and my daughters, they can literally call me anytime they want, anytime. And the same thing with, like, as far as with my mother. It was sad the way me and her were not speaking to each other the last 5 years of her life. And that was really sad that that happened. um but, again, my mother was a grown woman, and I would never shame her because of that. In fact, I just moved on with my life. That's kind of what I believe in. Okay. Because my mother was not supporting me financially before I moved. I was supporting myself anyway. So it's not like I needed to live with her. Because I had went from my hometown to this cute little small town in Kansas. And then I came to Atlanta, or the Georgia area. Okay. And boy, let me tell you something. They acted a plum fool, an absolute plum fool. Um, just kind of proves that people are kind of weak minded. But anyway, you know, let's get to the story. So, why won't I move back? Why did I hate it there so much? It's because of trauma. I was raped at the age of, oh, I think I was probably about maybe 16. I was raped there. It was actually considered to be a date rape. And I'm not going to get into the details of that rape, but ever since that happened to me, I've wanted to leave. And I did. I waited, 20 years to do it, almost 20 years to do it, but I did. Um, and I don't want to go back there because of that. And that's not the only reason, but that's one of the main components of it. And I've been attempting to heal myself from that. And of course, because of the lack of respect, the lack of regard when it comes to Black women and rape, which is obviously still existing. People tend to not care or understand when a black woman is raped, especially I was a child. I was 16 years old when it happened. And I think I've spoken about this years ago. And of course, black men on the internet attempted to try to put me through even more trauma, which they don't have the power to do that. I discuss certain things, I confront people, but in reality, my spirits and my heart, the way that it works towards men or women that act that way towards me, I just want them to suffer. And, I don't have to get all excited about it. I don't have to get bent out of shape about it. I know that you being a piece of crap to me, you're going to suffer. Eventually, you'll suffer for what you did. Okay. And, it's not necessarily that I carry anger or hatred. It's a lot of traumatizing memories. Of course, there's good things about my hometown. There's a couple of different restaurants that I really liked and loved there. But, that pivotal thing, which happened almost 30 years ago, is one of the reasons. I do know that my spirit guides and my guardian angels, by the way, guys, I've got a really, really good guardian angel summoning that's coming up for the channel. So y'all make sure y'all look out for that, because I've been summoning my guardian angels and they've been coming to me. The main aspect of it, though, that my spirit team is trying to convey to certain people is that if you continue to try to interfere with my healing process, um, because I didn't even realize how traumatizing it was. Um, I was nervous about even getting in the car with men, even men that I knew. I would begin to get anxiety, and I kept wondering, why am I experiencing anxiety, and I know this person? Well, it seemed like both of the men that I knew, both of them betrayed me. Both of them. Okay, both of them. And so it's kind of messed up. Um, I don't lose my faith in men, in the male gender. I don't lose my faith in that because I trust in God. So, and I take real issue with a man that decides that, he wants to try to harm or traumatize a woman that has already been through enough. So, another reason why, literally, the occurrences that would happen, the last time I even went to visit Kansas City, there was trauma. The last time I went to visit, it wasn't anything that happened to me, but the last time I went to go visit, I was staying at my mother's house and went outside to um, go up to the store, and somebody had vandalized my car. They had shut it down to where I couldn't drive it. And I was actually planning on leaving in a couple of days, and I ended up having to stay in my hometown for like a few more weeks, or maybe even it was close to a month, while the insurance company decided that they were going to pay out on getting the car fixed. So I had to put the van in the shop, and then I was able to drive back home. Um, I take real issue with people that are doing things to manipulate and control me. When it comes to the decisions that I have made, the decisions that have been made for me, I mean, I've had all kinds of stuff happening. I got this one woman who is trying to basically do everything in her power to ruin my life over a man that doesn't even want her. You don't have any power. Imagine somebody being so despicable and so disgusting that they would attack innocent people because they want to try to stop a man from seeing you. I mean, if you're strong enough of a woman should be able to live two doors down from you, and you know that man ain't gonna go nowhere near that woman. So my spirit guides and my spirits are not playing any of those games. And, people have tried to make me an innocent bystander or a victim of their failed relationships that they don't want to be in. So there are some people that they don't know how to separate other people from themselves. I am my own person, has nothing to do with you. What I do has nothing to do with your life, but for some reason, it was an extra added, and I'm gonna tell you something. My spirits, they are not happy with it. They're not. Okay, and they don't care who you are. Okay, so that was somebody that I knew from my hometown. A couple of people were actually and factually the issue, um, with why there was so much harassment and stalking, even on YouTube. And it continues, and people continue to do the bidding of that, but you've been lied to. Um, it's funny because the only thing that I can say to those people is that you don't know me. You know somebody else's sick, twisted version of me so that they could manipulate and control me. But you don't know me. If you had any discernment, you would let it go. Constant efforts in trying to control me when really what they need to do is just look away. And if you don't like me, just forget that I ever existed. That's how I feel about the situation. My spirits know exactly what I need to heal. They know exactly what needs to be done to heal me of not just being raped, but other traumatizing things. And you don't have nothing to do with that. And you need to leave it alone. Okay. If you are not prepared to understand a person, then it's probably a good idea for you to just stay away from me. I was raised an only child. I don't need a bunch of people around me. Even though I did have four children, because I like having a full house, and I think the one thing that I might be a little angry about is people trying to control my uterus because I'm going to tell you something. When I get up in my crone years, and if I'm not able to conceive a child because of several years of my life wasted on crap and lies and bull crap, then when I go into my crone years, I'm going to make sure that those people are severely spiritually punished. Okay. Okay. So, and I don't know what these people was tripping off. It was very bizarre. They still exhibit very bizarre, strange, off-putting behavior that doesn't disturb me. I just kind of look at you side-eyed and turn away from you and say, "Oh, that person must be, having an episode, pretty much." It's not that I was afraid of being in Kansas City. It's not that it just that I don't have to be there and you can't force me. Okay. And if you've had a bunch of traumatizing things happen in a certain city or state or town, you have every right, just like I do, to relocate. You have every right to do that. Nobody has the right to take that right away from you, right? Nobody has that right. And there's some people that are disgusting enough to try to pretend as though they have that right. And people that flock to that, I realized that people that flocked to that, they felt like this was finally their chance or their opportunity to control something when really what they need to do is take control of their own lives. This is the reason why, I tried to settle certain things with this man in a peaceful way. He did the most, but none of it has any power over me. None of it. Okay. I found Hecate again. Well, she found me, and so I'm back with her now, and working through some stuff, big time. People need to realize that they don't have the right to interfere with your spiritual growth and with your life. If you have an effort to do something and you cannot do it, that is when it's time to let go. This continued effort to try to control what I do is only going to bring pain and suffering to the people that try to do it. And my daughters are not trying to do that. They don't, I mean, they love their mama. Of course, they love their mommy. Of course. But they understand, why I live here and they live there. I think that you are very rude and inconsiderate, to even because somebody had came in and mentioned this, and this is kind of a delayed response. You know, I don't have any guilt for leaving my hometown. Hey, Enchante. Hello, you're welcome. You know, and so going through that and looking back at the years, it didn't help. Um, it didn't help at all. In fact, um, nobody actually knew that that happened to me until it was like a few years later. I did reveal it to my parents that that happened to me. Right around the time that I was raped, I dropped out of school and I started working. One of the reasons why I dropped out of school to start working is because I wanted to get a car. It's funny how it happened though. Me and my cousin was catching the bus down to see my friend who had just had her baby. And on the way back, we were sitting on the bus stop, and I think my cousin was maybe, I think she's probably like maybe 2, 3 years older than me. And so we run into these guys, and for some reason, we got in the car with them, and me and my cousin split up. And the guy that I went with took me to a park and raped me. And probably like maybe a month later, I did start having regular sex after that. In fact, I started dating even more, and my father freaked out because I'd spent the night out. And then, like a couple of months later, I dropped out of school to get a job to get a car. Funny. So that was my reasonings for doing it, because being raped, because I was sitting on a bus stop and, being raped because of that kind of led to that. So it's definitely a part, everything that I'm dealing with and going through, and not even going through, because I'm not going through anything, you know what I'm saying? But everything that I'm experiencing right now is the journey of healing from that completely. And I don't like being triggered in that way. And that's why I sit here and I act like a silent but deadly fart towards people. You know what I'm saying? And, I don't know exactly when it turned into a mocking of me, but to be honest with you, that's your choice. If you want to do that, if you want to be a complete jerk, if you want to be a piece of crap, then do what you got to do. But please believe that my spirits are going to get you. Hmm. They will. Okay. And some people need to learn when to leave folks alone. It's already pretty much a miracle that I would be even open and willing to even be around the male species, especially older men. And so this guy that raped me was at least 15 years older than me. I was a child. And that is a part, things that happened when I was a little kid. I've healed from that, but that's a part of my healing of my inner child, was being raped. And so people that, for some reason, I mean, honestly, I had a couple of real friends. Why are you harassing me, Kitty? I had a couple of real friends in Kansas City. Okay. But, there was really, it was important for me to move. Okay. It was important for me to move. I'm trying to heal from the betrayal that I suffered from my mother, which I'm not going to talk negatively about her because she's passed on. Um, but, and anything that reminds me of that, anything that reminds me of that, anybody that's doing that, anybody that's trying to make a mockery of me, I got you on my list. Okay. Like, especially when you get a phone call or somebody from my hometown contacts you and says, hey, attack her. You're going to have to deal with the backlash, not me. You're going to have to deal with that. You're going to have to deal with that. So I don't too much worry about it. And, to be honest with you, uh when you're dealing with people doing those types of things to you, it becomes very unreal, to where it's like, that's the clown Jerry Springer show, we're going to ignore that and live real life. Pretty much is what that is. Okay. Because none of it was real. I actually had somebody last night who began to talk to me about a bunch of untrue stuff, and you have to deal with that karma. You keep repeating lies, and you're gonna have to. Why would? And when you think about it, that's what I'm saying. Why stress out about it? Why even worry about it? You know. And people want to consistently bring things up that are not the truth. Hey, that saying, And when you repeat a lie, you gonna have to suffer from the karma from it. And it doesn't matter what you believe in. It just is what it is, right? So, and that was the excuse. That was the smear campaign that was used to, hey, Todd, the groceries are on the way. That was the smear campaign that was used to even create, people attacking me, which, I didn't deserve it. I was under false persecution, a person that's already trying to heal themselves, and it wasn't even about healing. Like, when I first came down here, I was just, and so now, anybody that tries to create any wounds within me, I'm not gonna take it easy on you. I'm not. Like, you have no excuse for that. The constant excuses that are being made to do that, my spirits, it don't sit well with them. It doesn't. It does not sit well with them. They're not buying your excuses, and the only thing that you can do is come clean. Those are my ancestors. That's all you can do is come clean. You put a person, you tried to put a person through hell. And yeah, I had my dark times where I was upset. I don't get upset about it anymore because I've disconnected emotionally. I've gotten in touch with my Gemini side. Okay. And, I'm completely disconnected from it emotionally, but I still feel that you should get your karma. I don't care. I'm not hurt by anything that these agents do, but I still think respectfully that you should get your karma. And that's all it is to it. And you will. And you will, because there's no excuses for that. You didn't know me. You didn't know my story. You didn't understand, but you took other people's word for it and you decided to go on the attack. And this just is what it is. That's why you have to check the story of people. You cannot just, I think that what these group of people was trying to do was trying to get me to kill myself. Y'all, never, never. Got way too much to live for. It's ridiculous what these people were doing. So that's one of the reasons why, that's the main reason why. And I just want to be left alone. I want people to stop harassing me. It's disgusting. You're absolutely disgusting. Just recently, I got attacked while I was healing from almost going into septic shock because I have a tooth that I'm getting pulled in a couple of weeks. It was absolutely disgusting, and I mean, that's on you. That's on you. Hello, Black Pearl. That is on you if you want to attack somebody that doesn't deserve to be attacked and you just continuously, do what you do. Okay. So I'm already over it. I get over stuff real fast, like within an hour. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't sit around and be mad about stuff. If I'm that angry about something, I'm gonna channel that energy into a candle and send it on back to you. I ain't got time for that. Okay, but that's why, and people need to think twice before they start messing with strangers. Like, I am a stranger to a lot of these people that have attacked me, but you don't know. You don't know what I've went through. You don't know why I'm here. You don't know what I'm doing. Now, as far as my connection with YouTube, I had a really, really big channel that was viral. It got flagged by those same people. I came over here. This channel has over 4 million views on it, so I'm not worried about nobody and their views. If you go and look at my About tab, this channel has over 4 million views on it. Okay. So I'm not comparing myself to nobody. But my whole point of being on YouTube is to advertise my services. I'm not a sex worker. I don't model for people. I don't need to go out and have a tummy tuck and a BBL and a breast implant, because that's just not, I'm not gonna do that for what, okay? And my ancestors don't even believe in that, okay? So, that's just what it is. I hope that people understood this. I'm normally not the loner type, although I do keep a very small circle. I do. I keep a very, very small circle. I'm never the type of person to feel like I need to have a bunch of people around me, because I was raised an only child. But I do believe that people feel that they can look down upon me because of what happened early on, and you're wrong about that. Okay. Ooh, my pumpkins are here, y'all. I see them. I see them. I see them in the picture. Ty, the pumpkins are here. Y'all, I got some pumpkins. They're so cute. I saw them in the picture. Ty, can you get the groceries, please? So I'm always gonna be all right. I've always been a very resilient person. That ability in me has gotten stronger the older that I get. Um, this Halloween is going to be all about healing all of our inner children. And, I don't want to be harassed. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be stalked and harassed and people talking about me and people picking at me and people trying to be on this same agenda that is obviously going to always be very fruitless. That's going to be very fruitless, because it just is what it is. I'm preparing to go to the lake. So, that's where I'm going. All this other stuff, all these other plots and plans have nothing to do with my life. I have built that wall around myself. My spirits are very, very serious about that. And a lot of these people, they wanted something bad to happen to me. No, you're damn lucky that nothing ever happened to me. You're damn lucky that nothing ever happened to me. Because I can tell you, like, I feel very loved. A lot of times, whenever I feel loved and I feel accepted all the time. The fact that these people try to make me feel unaccepted or outcast or something, that's not my real experience, especially when it comes to my spirits, especially when it comes to the things that they are constantly doing for me. You know what I'm saying? And I am fully supported at every angle because I am a good person and I do good things for people, and uh, hey, where's the pumpkins? Can you put them over here by the fireplace? Thank you. She didn't bring the little ones? There should be two little ones too. Oh, that's a nice looking pumpkin. Last year, y'all, the pumpkins was like $5 or $6. Well, I got it from Publix. So this one was almost $8, but it's a big one. It's a big one. So anyway, you guys, that's just it. Um, just because you see somebody's mama doing something doesn't mean that they're always right. Because sometimes mothers don't know what is best, especially when they're grown daughter. And I'm not trying to rehash or disrespect my mother. I respect her and I appreciate her bringing me into this world. And I would have never wanted my mother to die. Like that was extremely hurtful when that happened. I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people, because I think that my mother was a lot more kind of emotionally abusive. Like later on when I did relocate, And emotional abuse is just as bad, but I know there's some of y'all that had major things that happened to you. Like, I understand the fact that y'all were like, screw that, I'm through with my mama. And so, but that doesn't have anything to do with me and my journey and what I'm doing. I think that a lot of people don't know how to separate themselves and their own trauma from other people. And see, I'm able to do that, which is why I don't go out and attack people. I handle, you know what? Whenever I'm dealing with something, I don't come out and attack people. I do shadow work. I deal with that situation, and that's the best way to be. That's the one thing that I can accredit my mother for teaching me. For somehow I got that from somewhere. So anyway, I'm not going to keep talking. I just wanted to let y'all know that that's one of the reasons why. If I were to go back to visit, it would be to go to some restaurants that I like. It would be a happy visit. It's definitely not going to be to go to a funeral, or it's definitely not going to be because, I had some calamity that happened. I'm well taken care of when it comes to my spirits, trust me. So that, and I think people kind of make that up in their mind. They think, oh, well, if I do this, I'm going to make that. You can't make nothing happen to me. And that's something that people need to accept. I don't care how many lies you tell. I don't care how many times you attack me. You can't make anything happen to me. Otherwise, what's the point in practicing witchcraft if you still think that people can make things happen to you? The power is in your hands to make things better for yourself. So if you still believe that people have that amount, yeah, I knew it was two little tiny ones. Yay. I got a little small white pumpkin and a little orange white pumpkin too. So anyway, that you can't do it. Stop trying. I don't even have to fight you on this. It's not a fight. It's not a spiritual war. It's not a battle. It's not a debate. Okay. It's not a debate. So, you know, anybody that was sent into my life to cause more trauma to me, well, they're, what's funny is that they sent the big bad wolf after me. The big bad wolf basically fell in love with me. Their hellhounds fall in love with me. And then they try to be the big bad wolf. I'll traumatize the traumatizers. Because for me, life is way too important to sit here and trip off of negative stuff. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that person is talking about. Okay, y'all, I gotta go. I love you guys, okay? To all of the people that support me, I love you. If ain't nobody told you they love you today, Jamila loves you. And we just gonna keep it moving. I just wanted to have that level of understanding. And you know what? I feel that day coming. I feel the day coming that I don't have to come on here and explain my existence. That day is coming because because of the constant lies that keep being told and repeated by people, and the people that just won't stop, or haven't been stopping on their plights, against themselves. Because really, if you go on a plight like that, you're really just against yourself, because all that stuff will get turned back to you. But throughout the years, I've had to brief people. People will say some crazy stuff and they'll lie, and then I have to, and so I'm looking forward to the day that I can just freely come on here, do my thing, drama free. Okay. Because that's how I like it. I keep my house very quiet. The only time my house gets loud is when my son is playing, bouncing around the house. And, otherwise, I don't have this kind of drama in my life. And anybody that brings me any kind of drama gets cut off. I don't like drama. I don't like arguing. I don't like discord. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, okay, if we're going to debate about something, but we're not going to debate about decisions that I make as a grown woman. That's not up for debate. And a lot of you guys, man, quit letting people do that to you. Your decisions that you make as a grown woman or a grown man is not up for nobody else's debate. It's not. You shouldn't have to explain to anybody. I shouldn't have even had to. I did this for the people that like me, the people that actually commune with me. That's why I did this. Okay, otherwise I'm not explaining anything to the bad guy because, 9 times out of 10, they already know what it was. For you to attack somebody and you already see them going through some stuff, come on now. Now, we all know that that's obviously not the right thing to do. Okay. And, I don't have to bear your karma because I have never done that to anybody ever. Not ever. Okay. I don't get bored and do that. I don't get angry and do that. I don't have resentment towards anybody. In fact, what is the point? Here's what I don't understand. What is the point in practicing witchcraft when you just continuously hold on to resentment? You're supposed to be using the craft it's okay to heal yourself. A lot of our deities, they want us to heal. If you're constantly, and I'm not telling anybody what they need to do. This is my own wisdom that I choose to live by. Okay. So, and I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think that when people decided to make me the business that pays them, that it's kind of like, oh, okay. All right. Well, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I guess we just gonna have to do this then. But I just want that monster to not rear its head again. You know what I'm saying? And just for those of you that do like me and, are kind to me, for y'all to understand. Because, people will say certain stuff. They'll troll the chat room to try to make me out to be a bad person. And, I would be no good for my children if I didn't do what I needed to do to heal me. And this is a part of my process of healing. um, my children are well aware that I don't have any intentions on ever moving back to my hometown, and I don't have to. And so it's something I don't have to get bent out of shape about. And if anybody has been out of shape about it, then they need to look at themselves. Okay. So anyway, blessings to you guys. Have a happy Sunday. And I gotta go because I'm gonna get a couple of hours of shut eye after I jump in this shower. I have to get in the shower. So I will see y'all later. Okay. Bless, bless. Bye bye.